morning. It's good to be with you all.
It
I'm Nancy
is.
Cason. I have a little
Happy
gift
day.
shop downtown called the Red Ribbon. Come see me. Co-hosting with me is Brene Beatty. Retired dog transporter.
Yep.
Fosterer.
Foster.
She's had puppies all weekend. So
Yes.
she didn't actually have them. She kept the puppies all weekend. Okay. All right.
Thank
So
you,
let's get a
Nancy.
clarification there. And we're not starting with the dog today. We're starting with a two-legged friend, Kyle. And this is Kyle's last week with us.
This is.
We're going to
And
be sad.
we're gonna miss you.
We will. We'll miss you.
Because we've had him for 5 weeks.
5 weeks, yeah.
5 weeks.
5 weeks, because he's been talking to us about Evening Shade. So
That's right.
tell us about Evening Shade.
Well, we have a big night coming up on Friday. This is, well, I won't say it's our biggest act of the year because we've had the Isaacs, we've had
They were
Spencer's
awesome.
Own, we've had
Right,
a
awesome.
lot of great
been
things
an
this
awesome
year.
month,
It
yeah.
has been. But this week we have Ron Dante, and a lot of people don't really recognize that name. But you know exactly what he sings. He
When
was
you
the
hear it.
Archies,
Right,
and so he sang Sugar Sugar.
right.
And who
And-
doesn't know that?
Everybody
You
knows
wanna
Sugar
sing along?
Sugar.
We'll sing along.
We need to bring Melissa in for
I
that.
know, Melissa Woody loves to sing that one.
But
But
Sugar
yes,
Sugar was the biggest song of 1969.
we're in my era now.
And
Okay.
then the other distinction he has is at the same time that was at the top of the charts, in the top 10 was another song called Tracy. And Tracy was by a band called the Cufflinks. Well, guess who the lead singer of the Cufflinks is?
Ron Dante.
Ron Dante.
He was multi-talented,
He
wasn't
was. He was all over the.
Multitasking.
He did all sorts of things in the
Yeah.
music industry. He went on to produce Barry Manilow. When
Yes.
Barry Manilow was
Yes.
at his peak of his powers, Ron was his producer, and also Pat Benatar when
Right.
she started,
Wow.
he was her producer.
And
Spit it
Rocky
out.
Mountain High.
John Denver.
John
Denver?
Denver's producer.
Yeah, he worked with John
yeah,
Son.
yeah.
That's right.
And see, that was a senior moment.
Information.
And
overload.
also, he produced 2 Broadway shows.
Now that I didn't know.
Okay, and and here we have information overload, and I can't remember what they were, but I was impressed to see
He's
that.
been in the music business for probably nearly 50 years now, and has been a performer as well as a.
But he
person.
started really young. So
Really
He-
young.
well, he really did. He
See,
was
Brene and I were
real
really
young.
young in '69 too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just
okay.
babies.
Just mere children.
Well,
yes.
and he's still really good.
Yeah.
I mean, we always are
Yeah.
careful when we bring in acts to make sure that they have retained their talent.
Right.
I guess that's a nice way to put it.
Yes, because sometimes soprano singers go to alto as they age.
Right,
So
and
and
he's
tenors
And
go
still
to
very
bass.
still
good.
try to do it.
That's right.
Soprano,
He's
yeah.
going to have a very entertaining show. He also did a lot of commercials back in the day. He wrote a lot of jingles, sang on a lot of jingles. He's going to incorporate some of those as well tomorrow
wow.
night. So his backup band is Stevie G and the Rockers. That's the band we had in last year that backed up Dennis Stefano
And
from
they
the
were
Buckinghams.
awesome.
They were really good. They
And
were.
they're going to be back again this year, backing him up, as well as they're going to do a set of their own before he comes out.
Oh, they're going to be lead-in group.
Right.
Okay, good.
Warm
Good.
up the crowd.
Right. So we'll be starting at 6:30 at Johnston Park, as always. It will be at Johnston Park.
We'll
not
be at
gonna
Johnston
rain.
Park.
It is
We'll be
not
at
gonna
Johnston
rain.
Park.
There's a small chance of rain. Well, anytime it gets to be 90 degrees around
Oh,
here,
yes.
there's a chance you might get some rain. But I think we're okay. I've talked to the sound people. I think we're going to be able to keep it in the park for Friday night.
Good.
Well, we were there Friday night, and
We
it was
were.
wonderful
It was
to finally
perfect.
get to the park after 3 evening shades
Right.
indoors. And so to finally get outdoors, it was just awesome.
Right, it was.
the weather
the
was
weather was
real,
perfect.
It was
It
great.
was very comfortable.
Fabulous.
It's going to
Yeah.
be quite a
Right.
bit warmer this week.
Well, okay. Then we have short breeches coming on. Okay,
Right.
and sandals. I wore long breeches and tennis shoes last week. It'll be short breeches and sandals.
Well, get a
now,
sweater.
I always take a little jacket because you never know what it's going to do. I mean, as far as when the sun goes down.
Right.
Last week, Garden Plaza was the event sponsor for the Greater Cleveland Community Band, and this week we have a
week-
sponsor,
It's Logan Thompson.
Logan Thompson Law Offices. Okay.
Right,
Yes.
and they have been a sponsor now. I think this is their 3rd year.
Way to go, boys. That's great.
Yeah, thank
and so
you
they
very
have been a
much.
great friend to Evening Shade. We're
Absolutely.
very appreciative for that. I'm sure Jimmy and some of his guys will be out there on Friday night.
Oh, I'd say they will.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have
Shaking
a lot
hands.
of we'll have a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And we start at 6:30, and this is sponsored by the Allied Arts and Leisure Council
right, of the Cleveland Bradley Chamber of Commerce. And then we're also supported by a grant from the Tennessee Arts Commission, which we have to match with our contributions from sponsors. That's where Logan Thompson comes in. And also, I need to mention the Shade Tree Friends.
Right,
Yes.
the shade, because we had a bunch of shade tree
Yeah.
friends.
We had a bunch of them. These are at a smaller level, but they support the whole series. And again,
And it adds up.
Right.
Yeah.
If we didn't have these, we could not do
Yeah.
Evening Shade.
Right.
So we want to thank Bender Realty, Broad Street United Methodist Church, Cleveland Storytelling Guild, Cleveland City Ballet, Fenimore's Floral Designs, First National Bank, Grissom Funeral Home and Cremation Services, Harding Bishop and Airedale CPAs, Insurance Incorporated, Jones Management Services, Kona Ice, Lee University, Main Street Cleveland, Pioneer Credit, Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory, Cleveland Daily Banner, Mix 1041 WCLE, and Subway.
Wow, and Kona Ice will be there.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Kona Ice has some scheduling issues due to the way the weather has been all spring. So some of the things, we're having to make up some things, and we're trying to
Oh,
get caught
because
up
of
on
the
some
rain.
other things.
Yeah, I
and
got
so we're trying.
Okay, because you had a really good, there was a, I wanted something kind of locale and something healthy. What I really wanted was the round chocolate thing that had the ice cream and another chocolate thing, that's
The
what
chocolate chip cookie
that's what
sandwich?
that's what I really wanted,
Yeah.
yes. But instead I got the strawberry.
Strawberry fruit bar.
That's what I got, because it sounded healthier.
Sure.
And so that's what I got. But it was good, okay. And I didn't feel as guilty eating that as I would have eaten the chocolate chip cookie thing.
Right. Well, that
I
actually
never
has
feel-
real strawberries in it.
Yeah.
So,
And it was good.
yeah,
It was real
is-
good.
It is
So
better for you than most
But
ice
you know,
cream.
dark chocolate is really good for you.
I
though.
can justify
I
chocolate
can-
any time,
I
but
can
that
too,
was
and
not
I
what I
never
needed
feel
to do. So we have Kona Ice will be there, and you know some of these shade trees that you said have been sponsors for years too. I mean,
Right.
I remember they've been Pioneer Credit's been a sponsor for years, Insurance Incorporated. Some of these have been sponsors for years, and like you say, we couldn't do it without them.
Right. I started working on this, I think, 5 years ago or 6 years ago.
Not soon enough.
And long enough.
No.
And there's
Difference
several
of
that were on
opinion
here before I came along.
Right.
So yes, we're very grateful to have that support. And if anybody wants to support us in the future, we have to do this all over again next year.
Absolutely.
So if you'd like to support Evening Shade, just call the chamber. Let them know that you'd like to be a shade tree friend. It's not very expensive.
No,
you
it's
can get in
not.
at a much lower level than if you sponsored an entire night.
Or
And,
if you want to sponsor the entire night.
Well,
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
love
Oh,
to have that
always.
too.
Yes,
Sure.
yes. We
sure.
need 5 of those again next
We
year.
need
Yes.
5 of them next year, and as many shade tree friends as we can get.
Absolutely.
We have some big plans for next year,
Yeah, we
so
do.
we're
Yeah,
going to
we do.
need as much support as we can get.
You can call the chamber 472-6587 if you have any questions about Evening Shade, or if you want to go ahead and sign up to sponsor next year. Next year's our 20th year.
It will be.
It's going to be a big one.
Yep.
will be a big
We're going
one.
to have some
Big
kind of
plans.
celebrations.
Big
and
plans.
We're not sure exactly what yet.
Well, we already talked about it a little bit last week,
Yeah.
I think, or the week before.
the best of, or bringing
yeah, we're
back
gonna,
the
we're
best
going to
of.
bring back
or-
some of the bigger acts that we've had over the
Real
last,
popular
really
ones,
over the
yeah.
last 20 years. I don't know if some of them are still around,
Yeah.
but
Well, and some of them, their prices may be out of
yes,
our
the
range.
prices are going to be different on some of them, that's for sure. But
But didn't you say people could vote if they had one that they particularly
could call
wanted?
and
They can
suggest.
call the chamber
Yeah,
and
sure,
suggest,
sure.
you know, and if
And
one
then
has
we'll
a groundswell of support.
Ask for a donation.
Yes.
Just like Spencer's Own. I mean, we got them for, I won't say nothing, but we got them for
Real reasonable.
inexpensive. Yes.
Right.
And they were in the schools all week
Right.
before they were Evening Shade. But now they have a song on the country charts,
right.
which probably just,
It probably
That's it.
changed their price.
I would
That
think
song
it-
was not on the charts when we booked them.
no. So.
Makes a big
Because
difference
Kyle
there.
actually books 9 months ahead
And
sometimes.
some of them, yeah.
Yeah, so that we can get these people and get on their schedules. So we will be in Johnson Park.
Right. You're saying tomorrow night?
yes.
Or you're saying for the
No,
20th
no,
year?
I'm saying tomorrow night we will be in Johnson Park.
Right. We will be in
Yeah.
Johnston Park, 6:30. Stevie G and the Rockers opening up, and then Ron Dante. And it's going to be a very entertaining night. This is going to be just like last year when we did Dennis Stefano.
Oh, he was awesome.
We had a
He
good
was.
turnout, decent turnout But during that night, you saw people on their cell phones. You saw people tearing into the park, come in.
Yeah.
People were calling people, say, hey, you need to get down here.
Right.
This is going to be that same kind of night. If you don't come to this one, people are going to be telling you the next day.
You missed it.
Oh, you should have come to this one. So this is one. Well, you didn't really want to miss any of them this year.
No, you really
but
didn't.
You
They
don't
were all
want to miss
good.
this one. This is going to be a very big show for us.
And bring your lawn chairs or a blanket or a quilt or something, and bring your picnic.
And come early.
Yeah, and come early.
Even last week with Cleveland Community Band, we had people there. I got over there, I think 5:15, and there were already a good number of people already set up. So
Yeah, because if you want these select seats,
yeah.
like where Flavis always wants to sit under the big tree,
right.
then you got to get there
you have
early.
to get there early.
And
Popular spot.
well, the Isaacs, there were people out in the park before we knew we were going to have to move it at
Right.
1:30 setting
Right.
up
Yeah.
for a 6:30 performance of the Isaacs.
Right.
So we're not saying get there at 1:30, folks. Please don't get there at
No,
1:30.
no, we need to
But-
do a sound check.
Yes, sound check, and that's
We should be done with that by about 5.
5
so,
or 5:30, right.
You know, come over there at 5, that's fine, or 5:30 is fine. But
Right.
there has been a lot of publicity for this show. I've seen a lot of mentions in the Chattanooga paper during this week about Ron coming.
Right.
He normally tours on these oldies tours with, you know, you'll see him with the Monkees or Gary Puckett or people like
Gary
that.
Puckett and the
it's-
Union Gap.
Gap.
You
it's
think we
usually-
could get them?
Well, I can try.
All right, there we
Those
go.
are usually package tours, and it usually costs you $50 to see.
Yeah, to get a
see
ticket,
show
that's
like that,
right.
Yeah.
where you can come and see him absolutely free. So there has been a lot of mention of this in the area. So we're expecting that there will be a lot of people
Big
from
crowd.
outside of Cleveland that are coming to see this.
Now, I noticed that when Lisa and Barry do their little conversations in the Chattanooga Times, she
Right.
couldn't decide. There's 4 or 5 places she wants to go this
Right,
weekend,
right.
but one of them was to come see Ron Dante.
Right, and I can't remember them mentioning Evening Shade before.
No,
That's the
I
first
can't
time
either.
I can remember them
But
saying
she even
anything
mentioned
about it.
Sugar Sugar, and so
Right.
you know, so I thought this is a fan
Yeah.
right here that's coming. So,
Right.
so 6:30.
6:30, Johnston Park. Come early, get your spot. Absolutely free. You don't need a ticket. You don't need a reservation. Just come down Inman Street, park your car, and come into the park.
Absolutely.
And it won't be raining.
And it won't be raining. But if you have any doubt, 472-6587, call the chamber. We try to let people know.
And we also have signs that we put up over there. Usually it ends up being about 5 o'clock before we get them put up, but it'll say, come over to Arnold.
Right.
So
if it's
Arnold is
raining.
the
It is
rain
the
spot, yeah.
contingency, right?
Contingency.
But
yeah.
we're going to be
We're
in
gonna be in
Johnston
Johnston
Park.
Park.
Yes.
Kyle, thank you so much, and we're going to miss you because you've been with us.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do
Well,
on
I know
these
you
Thursday mornings now.
go sell
Sleep
Kona
in.
ices, I guess. Folks, don't go away. We'll be right back with our next guest, and so stay tuned.
Yes. We have
Thank you,
lots
Kyle.
of information.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Oh, and we're back.
Caught us
Busted.
again.
I'm telling you,
You did
we
that.
are busted every week. We are at least once. And we are back with Ty Carden, who is
Yes.
from the Sunrise Rotary Club.
That's right.
Welcome, Ty. And Ty's going to tell us about something exciting that's going to happen next Friday night, June the 7th. So what are we going to do?
Well, we got Coach Butch Jones coming
Whoa.
to see us. He's going to visit. He is going to evangelize the Tennessee nation.
There you go. There you go. And I understand that he can do it.
I hope so. I've not had the opportunity to hear him speak yet, so I'm looking forward to it myself.
Well, I've not actually heard him. I've seen him a couple of videos of him on TV and everything, and whew, he's fireball.
Is he?
I mean, I think you all are, this is just going to be something awesome. So,
This
now,
is your big major fundraiser?
well,
It's not our major one, but it's one that we're doing whatever.
okay.
It's a pretty sizable fundraiser
Yeah.
for us, yes.
because your gala's the big one.
The gala's
Yeah.
the big one.
Okay, so now let's talk about how we're going to do this. This is Friday at 7 o'clock. Where are we supposed to be?
It's going to be down at Bradley Central.
Okay.
It's going to be one of, excuse me, it's going to be one of the two venues there on Bradley Central, and we'll have signs for the one that we're going to go into.
Okay, our options are the Smitty
The Smitty
Stadium, Auditorium, whatever that means.
Auditorium, and then the,
Basketball thing.
that's right.
Or the new Performing Arts Center?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
All right.
That's correct.
So,
Then we
either
got-
in Bradley High School.
We got, if someone wants to do a meet and greet, by the way, with Coach Jones ahead of the
Yeah,
meeting.
tell 'em about
We've
that.
got special tickets for that. And you're going to get to go in, basically visit with him privately with a very small group of people, handshakes, discussions. I think they get a signed football. I'm not 100% certain of that. But anyhow, very nice kind of special thing for people who are really big into the ball.
Right,
So.
and we have some of those people around here.
Oh, we got a ton
Oh,
of them
we
around
do.
here. We
Well,
sure
A
do.
lot of people.
Yes, my
blood
husband
red
and
and
I
orange.
had to change
They
our
do.
wedding date because of an Alabama football game was going to be that day, and Tennessee was playing Alabama in Knoxville. So no, you can't get married that day. But anyway, there are people who do things like that. So now, how much is the ticket for the meet and greet?
I think the meet and greet's $200.
Okay, all right, because I figured that would be more than just the regular. Let me shake hands and say howdy.
That's right.
Okay, all right. Now, it's $25 for just the regular tickets.
Yes.
All right, and it says plus online processing fee of $2.37. So is that the only way we can get tickets?
No. All the
okay.
Sunrise Rotary members have tickets.
Okay.
And if we happen to sell out, we can get more.
Okay.
In fact, if you need, I can give you my number so you can buy your tickets from me.
Tell us. Tell us.
What's your number?
Oh, my number is, I don't know if everybody called me. No, it's 368-6220. You can call me and I can get tickets.
Okay,
But
very
anybody you know in Sunrise Rotary, just see them.
Y'all
They'll
have a
have
lot of
tickets.
members now.
We do. We
Yeah,
have
you
a
have
very
grown.
active, growing
Yes,
club.
You do.
It is.
You do.
Very
It's a very good, energetic group of people.
It is.
Even if some of them are Alabama fans.
Yes,
Wouldn't
and I
be
know
Cheryl
those
Benson,
because
would it?
Cheryl done.
We're
Those
talking about
already
you,
have-
I
Cheryl.
wasn't calling any names.
well, I will because she already has a table at the Dick Saban in Athens on the 11th. I think it
Is
is.
that right?
So yes,
Yeah.
boy. But she was a scholarship athlete at Alabama. She
No, I
ran.
did
She
not
ran
know
track
that.
at Alabama, so we can forgive her.
Well,
Yeah, we
my
did.
only claim to fame is I went to Georgia with Herschel Walker as a freshman.
There you go. Okay.
wow.
How exciting.
That was an exciting year.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah,
Your first year at college is always an exciting year.
it was.
Your grades may not reflect that, but
Mine did not spring quarter.
Okay, that's what happens to the best of us, spring quarter folks, because it's that getting up for 7 o'clock classes just doesn't fly. Okay, but okay, now the fundraising event sponsors some of the things that you all do in the community, and some of those are.
Yes. Oh, Habitat for Humanity. We've probably got a dozen and a half organizations that we do provide support for. One of the biggest ones is, of course, that we do several of the Christmas.
You do Angel
Flight
Flight.
is
That's
a big
a
one
real
we do.
big one. Yeah.
And then I know that y'all also help with the Honduras Water Project.
We do that.
So,
we
yeah.
have a number of our members who spend a good bit of their time.
Right.
They go to Mississippi for special training, I think with the group that organized this originally. And then they spend a lot of time going to Honduras and other areas to actually build the wells and train people on how to properly use it and why they need to use it.
Absolutely.
Education is
We
key.
had,
Education.
yeah,
You can
we
provide it, and if they don't know why and don't
know.
understand
Yes.
it.
We had Dr. Johnson and Dr.
Yes.
Poston on here, and they talked about all those parasites that crawl around all over people. Yeah, that was very just a little
We
too
didn't eat
realistic
breakfast
for
that
us.
morning.
It's a little too realistic for us. But okay, now this is going to be Friday, June the 7th, and the $200 meet and greet tickets. Now, do you have those too, or do we have to do something special?
Yes, just call one of the members, whatever. We'll
Okay.
we'll get them for them.
Now, I know Pat Fuller probably has tickets down to
She
the Orange
has
Blossom.
plenty of tickets,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I figured. So if anybody
Go
has a
there.
question, you can go to Orange
Orange
Blossom
Blossom.
and Orange, folks. Remember, orange is what you need anyway.
Yes.
Supposed to wear orange next Friday
If
night.
they go by the ice machine, I've got a sign right there that says
Have
they
you?
can get a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is twice the ice down in front of you are
The Rebel
the
Restaurant,
Rebel
right
Restaurant.
next to Bradley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right next to Bradley. So there will be signs there that say get your tickets, and you don't get your tickets out of the ice machine,
No.
but you get them from Ty. Okay, so we're going to be at Bradley High School, and we're going to be either on this end or
Or the
that
other.
end.
Or
Okay.
the other. And
That's
what there will be
I
signs.
think the meet and greets get to go in the middle.
Okay, all right.
But
And
we will have signs. In fact, Rob McGowan and I are in charge of security, so
oh, good.
don't
Oh,
laugh.
wow.
But that's
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep a straight face.
Keep straight face. And I guess where you go will depend on how many tickets you sell. Is
it
that?
does.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
Because I don't know what, I think the performing arts maybe just holds 500 people.
I think 600.
Okay,
so,
and then the gymnasium would hold a whole lot more than that.
Yes.
So,
Well, I hope you should have to go to the gymnasium.
We're hoping for it. We think we've got a good shot.
probably will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it started off a little slow a month or so ago, whatever, but things are starting to pick up. It's getting closer to the event. You know,
Right.
people are thinking about school, spring break, and other
Yeah.
stuff. And, this last week, we think we'll have a really good turnout.
Yeah.
that's
So,
great.
Yeah, we're really
Well,
looking
and
forward to
I
it.
don't know, people are kind of slow to make up their mind.
Well, I've noticed since living in Bradley County that we wait and see if we get a better offer for less money, okay? And if we get a better offer for less money, we probably won't be here.
Are you
for
saying
much time.
people in East Tennessee are frugal?
Yes, I'm saying they're very frugal.
That was
and,
very tactful.
And that is true. But this is a wonderful, worthwhile. It's going to be a fun event.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we'll have a blast. We're going to have a little bit of entertainment ahead of Coach
Oh,
Jones
oh,
speaking.
wow.
And of course, we're going to turn it over to him, and it's going to be his show. We want him to
And it
get
should be
us
a
stirred
show.
up.
Yeah.
It should be a show.
Oh.
Now, is he coming by himself, or is he bringing any of his team with him, or anything that
I
you know?
think it's just him by himself.
Okay,
He's
okay.
making this trip. He was very gracious to do this for us. To come to Cleveland and everything. We'd had an earlier. We're trying to get him whatever, and his schedule didn't work out. And I think he actually called Mark, and said, "Look, I want to do this for you." And it's kind of
How
so.
nice.
Oh, it's super
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, Butch is trying to promote himself too, because
Yeah.
he wants the fan base back.
Yeah.
Where he had lost some of it, and coming around and greeting everybody and shaking hands and saying howdy and being as enthusiastic and fired up as he is, I think.
Well, I think it's great. And I in full disclosure, I'm a Georgia fan. But I'm going to tell you, one of the best venues, and I've been to a number of them, to go and watch a college football game is the University of Tennessee.
At Neyland Stadium.
There
You're
is
right. You
nothing
can't
like
beat it.
Neyland Stadium. Tennessee fans are great fans. I admire great fans, period. And they're good fans. If I've got time to tell you a little story.
You do.
My last trip up there, whatever, a friend of mine gave me some tickets in the alumni section. So we're pretty much the only red and black sitting in the middle of the sea of orange.
Oh my goodness.
And well, anyhow, Georgia was not having a good day, and Philip Fulmer was. And so anyhow, it's 28-0 at halftime. So Georgia's band comes out.
That was not a good day.
Oh, it was not a good day. But for us.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so the Georgia band's doing their G and the E and O, and of course the Georgia fans are supposed to. Well, I stood up, buddy, and I was G. Hey, and they said, and what do you got? And I stood up and both hands said 28-0. and the fans were great. I mean, they went patting me on the back, we feel for you,
That's right, because we've been there before.
That's what they said. But,
yeah.
That they are.
Yeah,
It
but for the
really
grace
is
of
a
God,
great
yeah.
place to watch a football game.
Oh, it's a super venue. Now, Flavis and I used to have season tickets, and then we also used to go to all the away games. And I think Neyland Stadium is probably, of course, down there in Georgia is awfully nice.
Oh,
between the
Sanford
hedges. That's
Stadium's
just
a great
real,
place to
it's a
watch.
really nice, it's a pretty place to be. You can't really say
It
that
is a
about
pretty-
Neyland Stadium,
yeah.
but
Sanford Stadium is a pretty
it's
stadium.
a pretty place to be. So we've digressed into Georgia now. We didn't mean to do that, but
And I did barrel Tennessee fans.
I know
Yes,
you
you
did, and that
did,
was very nice. So Friday night, and this is not tomorrow night, folks, because you're going to Evening Shade tomorrow
Yes.
night. But Friday night next, you're going to
Bradley.
Butch Jones at
Yeah,
7
7
o'clock.
yes.
But you need tickets.
First.
Need tickets?
Ty
Do you
has
sell any at the
tickets.
day at the door?
Yes, we'll have tickets.
Oh, you
at the
will
door
have tickets
if
at
you
the
need
door.
some.
Oh,
Okay, now, that'll be interesting. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna guess, is if you've already sold too many
X
tickets to
number.
be in the theater.
Yeah,
You'll
they'll
move
be
to-
limited there because according to what venue it is,
Yeah.
obviously we're not going to sell 400 tickets if we're already in the smaller venue.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's close to capacity, so the
So get your tickets
people just
early.
need to go and get their
Yeah,
tickets early.
yeah.
Just be
They
done,
do.
have
You know,
it planned, and not
Let people
fret about
plan.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
folks,
Don't get there and let me tell you no.
Oh, yeah. That would be a
that
big
would not be good.
disappointment.
And Butch would be disappointed too, I think,
Yes.
if he had to turn anybody away. So, now folks, I know $200 for a meet and greet, some of y'all are going, ugh. But if any of you have any little ones that are just ingrained in UT football, suck it up. Come on, just
Yeah.
get daddy and,
And
the
it's
little
for
boy.
such a good cause.
That's right. Get daddy and the little boy. That's $400 in tickets. You know,
Especially,
so.
especially if they're a Division 1A prospect. Or
There you
whatever.
go.
They need to go ahead
There
and
you go.
give Coach Jones the opportunity early.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, because we have way too much competition in the SEC.
Exactly.
With Alabama down there and Georgia down there, and Vanderbilt's coming on. So we got what in Texas A&M? Nope. We got in South Carolina. No, there's way too much competition. So if you think you have a child that might be going, go ahead, fork over that.
If his
$200.
uncles and his daddy and everybody else played college football, let's get him in there and let Coach Jones have
That's
his first
exactly
shot at it.
right. So Friday, June the 7th,
June 7th.
At
7 o'clock.
Yep.
And they will, our people that are in charge of security here will be sure you get in the right building. But
Exactly.
Ty has tickets, or Pat has them down at the Orange Blossom.
Any
Any
Rotary
attendant.
Club member you know.
Cheryl will
Sunrise.
even be selling Tennessee
Everybody up
tickets
there.
as
Yeah.
much as it's probably
Sally
And
has
also
them
they
at
can
that office,
contact,
probably.
we've got an Interact Club at Walker Valley.
Oh,
That's
okay.
associated with us, whatever, and they can
and they have-
contact, if they know they're an Interact Club member, they'll know how to get hold of us and get the tickets. also.
Fantastic.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so, and folks, all of this money goes back into the
the
community for
And
things
projects.
that are helpful to our
Yes.
community. So this is great. Ty, I appreciate Ty being here. He is here in Mark Rogers' place. And so when he got here, he said, "What am I supposed to talk about?" And I said, "The golf tournament." He looked at me and I thought, "No, wait, it wasn't the golf tournament. What was it? It's Butch Jones." So
Well, I
see-
told you we could talk about a golf
we could talk
tournament.
about it, but that wasn't what we're supposed to. So we're supposed to talk about Butch Jones. So folks, come out and support this. It should be a fun
Yes.
night.
Come out and support the balls
Absolutely support the Vols and support
And
the
the
Sunrise
Rotary.
Rotary.
and the Rotary.
That's exactly right. Ty, thank you so much for being
Well,
with us.
it's my pleasure.
We really enjoyed it. Folks, don't go away. We've got another guest that's coming on in just a minute to tell us about some more events coming up. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now, Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
And we are back, and I told you we'd have another guest, and we
Yes.
do. This is Professor Dan Buck from Lee University. He's a theater professor over there, and they have a lot of exciting things happening this summer. We're going to
Yes.
talk about those a little bit, and then we're going to, hopefully, if we have time, we're going to talk about next year's theater productions. So, kick us off, Dan.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure. Well, the thing that's coming up chronologically first, and that's on our plate right away, is summer camp. We've been doing summer camp for the theater program for quite some time. We used to be joined with art and theater, and then both, they moved actually across campus, geographically across campus,
Yes,
so it
they
didn't
did.
make as much sense to join them. So we do our own thing now. It was an amicable split, though.
Yes, yes.
But now we do summer camp. We do an elementary camp in the morning, and this starts June 10th. So we're talking about a week from Monday.
Right.
So we would start June 10th, and it runs for 2 weeks. And this elementary camp is just in the mornings from 9 to 12, 3 hours. And then in the afternoon, starting at 1 to 4, we have a middle and high school camp.
Oh, wow.
And,
Okay.
so we really get all ages. The elementary camp, they're a little different in what we do. The elementary camp is more what you'd expect a theater camp to be, where we're auditioning, and that's more about finding out what kind of kids we've got, who should fill what kind of roles. It's everybody's going to get a role. Nobody's going to get cut from camp.
Right.
And we save that for college.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
We break hearts later,
Yes.
So, but we find out what roles would be right for them, and then we spend the next 2 weeks, playing games to let them feel more comfortable with each other, to get to know each other, and then we work on scenes. And by the end of the 2 weeks, they do a little play.
Okay.
And this year they're doing some of Aesop's fables.
Neat.
So they'll get to play. When my kids got to be in the camp a couple years ago, and my son was a dog, and my other son was a baker, and he hit people over the head with his bread.
Oh, wow. I bet he enjoyed that.
He did. He was very skilled with it, but we don't let him near the bread box anymore.
Very good. Now, when we do this little play at the end of camp, is it open to the public, or how do we do this?
It certainly is. It's not in the easiest room to find. We're in the Edna Minor Kahn Theater, which is it's a converted lecture hall, and it's at the top of the Vest building, which is right across the street from the Dixon Center. So if you find parking, you want to go to the Vest building, you go all the way to the top floor. There's an elevator, and then right in the middle of the top floor, there's a theater, and it seats about 100, and It's a nice space. You know, it's a little retrofitted. You can tell that it was not built to be a theater, but it's all ours. We don't have to share it with anybody. So we
that's nice. That's nice.
that's our favorite thing about it.
Yes, so when you put up sets, you don't have to be taking them down and all of that.
Exactly.
So,
and then in the afternoon, we'll have that high school camp, and the high school camp is different from the elementary camp. It's a little more specific. We call it Improv and Shakespeare.
Ooh, oh, wow.
This is just based around the professors that we have right now teaching the camp. I'll be helping teach the camp, and then Dr. Williams, my colleague in the theater department, we have 3 faculty members. She and I do the directing and acting stuff, so we sort of take over the summer camp. She's directed several Shakespeare productions at Lee and has a lot of training in that. She wrote her, doctoral thesis in medieval theater.
Oh, wow.
I've read it several times. But and then I actually have quite a bit of experience in improv, comedy improv, and long form improv. I performed professionally in Orlando and in Massachusetts near Boston for a long time. So we kind of let the kids bounce back and forth. And middle schoolers and high schoolers love doing improv. It's a blast for them. And they may not think they like Shakespeare, but it doesn't take them long to realize that they really do enjoy that as well. Yeah. And so it ends up being a very diverse kind of camp where they're doing sort of very intellectual Shakespearean monologues, and then they might do a scene where they have to play the entire scene in a microwave or something. I don't know.
Right.
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
So
now I'm sure you're going to have a limited number on these because you can't take 1,000 students and do this.
That's right. We do about 20 to 25 students. We cap it absolutely at 25. But there are spots in both camps right now, so we encourage people to go ahead and contact us and get registered.
Okay, and that information.
The way they can do that, they can call us and do that and sort of save a spot for themselves. And the number is 614-8341. Or they can stop by the Dixon Center, which is that building it's right next to the brand new chapel, the big stone chapel. It's the one right next door. It's the one that has the big, a big auditorium in it. It's not the Conn Center, which has the biggest auditorium.
Right.
It's the other one. A lot of ballet recitals happen in there. But anyway, you can go in there, and there's only one office suite in that whole building, and that is where theater is housed. And so you can go in there and talk to the secretary. She knows all about camp and what needs to happen for that. So she'll get forms and take your money. It's the whole camp for a 2-week camp. It's only $175 for your first student, but that includes a $50 registration fee. So you have another kid, it's only $125 after that.
Oh,
So,
neat.
So
Okay.
you get away with a pretty good price for a 2-week camp.
That's a good idea. And you've got them from 9 to 12
If they're
for the elementary.
That's right.
And 1 to 4
for
middle and high.
That's
okay.
right. And the ages on the elementary, to be real precise, we're looking for kids that are around 7 to 12.
Okay, so you're looking.
Readers it's important that they can read because they're going to get a script. And just when you put that many kids of that varying ages in a room, the younger ones can get a little lost. And so we want to protect them. We want to make sure that it's a good experience for everybody involved. So we say 7 to 12 is the elementary camp, and then ages 13 to 18 for the middle and high school.
And I think this is awesome. I wish when I was little they'd have had something like this
know.
for me to go to because I love to act.
Oh yeah.
I act all the time, matter of fact. But
Really, do tell Miss Nancy.
acting up is different.
okay.
dear.
My goodness. Okay. So
Don't tell my students. They think
now,
it's
okay. Well, see, there you go. All right, now this is through the theater department at
That's
Lee
right.
University, which is awesome. Lee is a wonderful community partner.
Yes.
We love
Great
having him
asset.
here. Great, tremendous asset to the community. And these camps are wonderful because the children get an exposure
That's right.
that they
Yes.
wouldn't otherwise get.
That's right. We're really excited about the camp. And the elementary camp, this is an opportunity for our own students as well. We have a theater education degree. We have a theater degree that's most of our students. And we have right now we have about 40 to 50 majors.
Wow.
So it's a growing program. I mean, that's almost double from 3 or 4 years ago when I came on. I can't take full credit. It was already starting to grow before I came, but it's mostly me, probably.
Yeah. Well, yes, of course it is. Yeah. Since you're the one that showed up today, we'll give Dan
Okay,
all the credit.
I'll take the credit.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
Dr. Williams couldn't make it today, so
There you go.
if I'm here, I get the credit.
That's exactly
great.
right. That's how we play this game.
But anyway,
okay?
a portion of that number is a theater education degree, and these are students that know they want to be theater teachers from the moment they walk into college.
Wow.
And so we have a handful of those, and they are required before they graduate to be a part of our theater camp and to be counselors, and they're the ones that are working with the students. And so
How
what we
neat. That is a
ultimately
great experience
it
for
is
them.
great. It's a great experience for them, and I'll tell you, college kids they might as well be gods to elementary school students.
Oh,
I mean, they
yes.
just
Oh,
worship
yes.
those kids
Oh, yes.
and love working with them. And Dr. Williams and I supervise those camps. We're in there and bouncing back and forth to the rooms and wherever people are rehearsing or auditioning or whatever it is they're doing. We're very hands-on and present, but it's really run by the college students, and I don't think the elementary school kids would want it any other way.
Well, I'd say you're probably very right.
Yeah.
And this
But
is a
the,
good experience for them too, because sometimes you get almost to the fact that you're graduating, and all of a sudden you say, "I'm not really sure this is what I wanted to do." This
Absolutely.
is not a good
It's
time
like
to figure that
student
out.
teaching your senior
that's
year,
right.
you go, "Oh, is this what it is?"
That's exactly right.
That's
I know
right.
we do job shadowing, and the students follow.
Through the
The
chamber,
chamber does
yeah.
this.
Oh, right.
And we had a little girl that thought she wanted to be a kindergarten teacher, and she got on the bus to leave that day, and she says, "I never want to see another 5-year-old ever in my life."
I would imagine it doesn't take long
Well,
to learn you don't want to be a kindergarten teacher.
And you know that's good though. I
That's
mean,
right.
at least she isn't in college to decide. But you know, you can be there and think, "Oh my goodness, I just worked with these kids for 4 hours and I just can't do it." You know,
Absolutely.
So I think it's a really good experience for them to do this.
Now with the middle school and high school camp, Dr. Williams and I are actually the ones that are instructing. And a little of that is just because we have the training, we know the content, and we want to be, give people credible information. Because some of these students, even in middle school, they know this is going to be their thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and I won't shy away from the fact that it's a bit of a recruiting tool for us.
Sure.
We're seeing increased talent and interest in theater from right here in Cleveland. We're getting a lot of students coming out of Cleveland High and out of Bradley Central and Walker Valley. And some of them are coming to us saying, "I went to theater camp 4 or 5 years ago and I knew I wanted to come to Lee."
Wow.
So we actually have 2 students right now that are current students, and they went to theater camp when they were in middle school.
See, that is awesome.
That
You're
is,
right.
yeah.
It's a great
Yeah.
recruiting tool.
It is.
So, okay, now when do they need to be registered by?
Well, it's going to be first come, first serve. We'll close the doors when we get our cap. So
Okay.
Now.
the sooner the
Call now.
the sooner the better. That number
What,
again.
y'all open at 8?
That's right. The box.
Okay.
It's not the box office.
The
This is
office.
the office as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
And that number is?
It's 614-8341.
Right.
And just give them a call, and if somebody doesn't answer right away, just leave a message. We'll call you right back. Or you can just stop by the offices. There's also they have registration forms right there at the office if you want to stop by and pick them up and just fill it out when you get there. Or you can go online to leeuniversity.edu/theater, and you'll see a link to our summer camp.
And if you don't remember any of those numbers, it's real simple. 614-8000. Somebody will
And they'll
answer the
direct
phone
you.
and ask for the theater department.
That's right.
Because that's the number I called today to leave a message
Well,
to
there
be
you go.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
And she
that
found you.
She did.
8,000 is just real easy to remember.
That's
Okay.
right.
So all right. So it's first come first served. 25 in both sessions.
25 students. That's right.
That's right. 25 students in both sessions.
And to save your spot, all we need is $50, the registration fee, and if you want to pay us the rest the first day of the camp, then you can bring the rest that day.
Now let me ask you this: if I've got one in elementary, thank God I don't anymore, and one in middle school, high school,
Thank God you
does the
don't.
same thing? That's exactly right. Does the same thing apply that if I have 2 going to camp, I still get?
Still only one registration fee.
Okay,
That's
all
right.
right. Very
It's
good.
family.
Very good.
That's
okay.
right. So you
For
can
family.
bring the early one, bring the younger one, have some quality time with the older one, pick them up, go to lunch, come back, drop off the older one, and have some quality time with the young one.
That's right. I hope the pool's open or something.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. All right.
Or that
Very
the video
good.
game's not broken down.
That's exactly right. Okay, so now we've hit that, and just let's briefly, because we just have about 2 minutes till commercial, but you have your next season planned for
season.
theater.
Yes, we do. We do 2 large shows every year that we try to get a lot of the community out. We do smaller shows up in that Edna Minor Con Theater, but we don't get to pack a lot of people. It's only
Right.
seats 100. So we really try to get our community out to the big shows that are in that Dixon Center. And the first one of the year is going to be called 33 Variations. This is a very new play, and we don't get to do a lot of brand new plays. We tend to do, we have done a lot of older ones, very traditional, well known. But it's called 33 Variations, and it's about this woman who studies music. She's a researcher and an intellectual, and she's been studying this piece of music that Beethoven did while he was going deaf. And he did 33 variations on the same piece of music. And she thought, what makes him so obsessed with this piece of music? So you follow her and her life as she's studying this, and she's dealing in a relationship with her daughter, dealing with that relationship. But the play also follows Beethoven as he is losing his hearing and trying to
Wow,
get his piece
wow.
out.
Okay.
And then
That
at
sounds interesting.
And then
Yeah.
their lives kind of intersect in both thematic and literal ways. So it's a very interesting play and very new.
And then the other one
And
is.
then the other one is Much Ado About Nothing by a guy named Bill Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of him.
Bill. Yes, Bill Shakespeare. Yes, we're familiar with Bill.
Yeah, so and that's just a fun, beautiful comedy, and that will be in the spring. The first show is done in conjunction with Homecoming.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So that'll be in November, and then the second show is in April in conjunction with Lee Day.
Right.
But when we do these shows, we do 2 full weekends of shows. There's
Yeah.
plenty of seating.
And
There's
you
plenty of
do
seating,
Sunday
yes.
matinees and everything.
That's
So
right.
that's
That's
usually
right.
what my husband and I
Yeah.
do. Dan, thank you so much. It was nice
Oh,
meeting
it's
you,
such a
and thank
pleasure
you
to be
so
here.
much for
Thank
being here.
you.
And I hope you've packed both camps.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. Thanks for your
Absolutely,
time.
I do. Folks, don't go away. We'll be right back with our community calendar, so get out your pencil and paper and get ready for us. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Very good.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Oh, and here we are.
That's 2
and
times
we're
this
back
morning.
busted twice today.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
All
Yeah.
right, get your pencil paper out.
Yes.
Any of you all that are golfers, and evidently Ty was a golfer because
Yes.
he said he could talk about golf. Southeast Tennessee Veterans Home Council, they're having their 4th annual golf tournament, Chattanooga Valley Golf Course, Saturday, shotgun start, 8 o'clock. Phone numbers, 596-7814, 728-7149, and that's the Veterans Service Office down there. And there's some others, so if you call any of these people or call down at the courthouse at the Veterans Service Office.
They'll help
What
you.
we're trying to do is get the veterans home built here, and we've got to have
Yes.
some money. We've got the land, now we need some money. So,
Yes.
so let's go out and support that golf tournament.
Yeah, if you're a golfer.
If you're a golfer.
Yes, or I bet they want whole sponsors.
They
and all
might
sorts
want all of
stuff.
that
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
sure
stuff.
they do. Okay, now more arts and theater and everything. The AACA, which is the Athens Area Council for the Arts, is having kids' arts camps, and it's going to be in June. There'll be 2 locations in McMinn County, and registration deadline is today. So you need to call.
Okay.
Yes, the number to call is at the Art Center. It's 745-8781, and registration forms are available at Riceville and Westside Schools and the Art Center. So it's going to be a great thing. Their theme this year is Celebrate Jazz.
Woo, that should be fun.
Tuition is $65 per camper, and there are some scholarships available. But call them today. Today's the deadline.
That's right, and they do a great art camp there.
They do, yes.
The Barefoot Run 5K to support the local Shoes for Orphans Soul Project is Saturday, like day after tomorrow,
Yes.
Saturday. And so if you are interested, I thought there was a phone number. Pre-registration is $25, and that ends tomorrow. And the race, the start of the day is, the day of the race is $30. It'll be at Fletcher Park. And
you don't have to run barefoot.
And you do not have to run barefoot. You can wear your shoes.
Yes.
And 10 a.m. and www.catchministry.net. And that's online. And I thought there was a phone number on here when I clipped this out of the banner who helps us do all of this, but there's not. So if you're interested, www.catchministry.net.
And for all you mothers and grandmothers who have daughters, the museum is having a tea party, and it's going to be June the 9th at 2 p.m. at the museum, and you can make reservations 339-5745 by June the 3rd. And Cheetah Bacon Johnson is going to teach manners and dining etiquette to all these young Mohicans that we have
absolutely,
now,
absolutely.
So if you want to, kind of smooth some of the rough edges off your daughters, this is a great way to do it together. And the Lace Emporium is going to cater the tea.
Ooh.
So tickets are $20 per person, but seating is limited. So you can call the museum and make your reservations or get more information. But I think that sounds like a really neat thing.
I think she has written a book that
Yes,
they
she
have
has.
in the bookstore. I
Yes.
mean, in the gift shop.
In the gift shop, they do. And so she's going to do this.
Yeah, and then you might want to go and buy a book and let Cheetah autograph it for you.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
Okay, the Cleveland Kiwanis scholarships applications are due June the 1st, so you can get those. K. Smith, 728-7001, 728-7001. They give over $50,000 in college scholarships. So if you have a senior who is going to need a little financial help, give Kay a call, 728-7001.
Okay, and a big library read for Cleveland Bradley County Public Library's digital library is sponsored by Overdrive, and now through June 1st, which is Saturday? Yeah, 31 days in May.
That's right.
Today's the 30th. Okay, through Saturday, the novel The Four Corners of the Sky by Michael Malone will be available for free downloading. So on Reads, the adult summer reading program. Groundbreaking reads will continue through the summer, and all participants will receive a bookmark and a reading log at registration. Okay.
And that's good.
Yes.
Gospel Explosion is Saturday from 1 until 7 at Mosby Park in Cleveland. The event's open to the public. It's free. It'll feature the area's best gospel talents, air toys, games, prizes, free food, petting zoo, and much more. So you can call Rasharon King at 987-3358 if you are interested. And this year, booths will be there by United Way and Sharon's Adult Daycare Center. And they will be there to share information with you. And it will be free food, and other food items like barbecue, fish sandwiches, chicken, snow cones, and more will be on sale by various vendors. So this is at Mosby Park, Saturday from 1 to 7, free.
Good. Okay, folks, we didn't have a four-legged friend today.
No, we did not.
But Cleveland for a No-Kill phone number to call is 423-464-6070. There are several gorgeous dogs who are urgent And, you know, we're really trying to get them out. Some of them are getting sick because they're staying in the shelter too long. Cats are critical. So if you're a cat person, you know, please go over there. And people spay and neuter your dogs and cats.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's the reason for the whole problem that we've got, and it's that season. So and you can go on their Facebook page, Cleveland for a No-Kill City, and you can see all the pictures of the animals.
And do that, folks, because
Please.
honestly, we need, you know, we're trying to become a 100% no-kill, but we're not.
No.
And, you know, when animals get sick out there, or when they've
We
been
had
there.
one that died last night
That's not good.
because
That's
it
not
had been
good.
there too long, and they get these upper respiratory
Yeah.
infection. It's
Yeah.
just not good.
And we need volunteers to go out there and
Yes,
walk these animals,
yes, we
and play with
do.
them, pet them, do whatever. So
Yeah, give
so
them some-
Give that
some-
number again out there at the
Okay.
shelter.
The shelter.
The shelter. Oh, okay.
Cleveland for a No-Kill is 423-464-6070, and you talk
And
about
I'll talk
that.
about this, and she'll find. Okay, I told you about the Kiwanis Scholarship. Now, Cleveland State Foundation Scholarship. That deadline is June the 1st, and the priority deadline for students to submit their scholarship applications. Now, to qualify for a foundation scholarship, you must be a resident of Tennessee, high school or GED graduate, and admitted to Cleveland State Community College in a degree or certificate program. In order to qualify, 2.5 GPA or 2.5 high school GPA, 19 on ACT or 500 on the GED, and you need to call 478-6213 and find out any more about that. But if you're planning on going to Cleveland State, this is a great opportunity for you to get scholarship funds.
Yes, and animal control number is 423-479-2122. That's 479-2122, and they'll tell you how to get an application.
Because
and
they're going to,
everything.
weren't they going to have a little clinic or something to train people how to be volunteers out there? Or
Yeah,
something?
we're working on
Okay,
that. I think I'm gonna
that's
be
good.
the volunteer
Oh, you're the
coordinator.
volunteer coordinator. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, folks, also in the
Okay.
banner there were some camps. Cleveland State has a camp coming up. Bradley County has Walker Valley, Cleveland High School. So, you know, if you're interested in any of these, Cleveland Country Club with junior golf. Stephen, this is awfully small print, you know, so if y'all could do something about making this a little larger, that would help us. But there's some great camps coming up, so if you are interested in getting these out, then that is great.
Okay, there's a lot of neat stuff going on at the library. We don't have time to go through everything, but what you need to do is you can go on to their website, www.clevelandlibrary.org, and they'll have all of their stuff, and they have lots of summer programs for kids, teens, the tweens, and adults. So go to your library.
Absolutely. Now, here's one I'm going to share with you, but I'm only going to be able to partially share with you because this is a beautiful ad that they put in the banner, and it's an expensive ad. Cleveland Dance and Performing Arts Center invites you to their June summer open house and registration on Tuesday, June the 4th from 2 to 8, but I don't know where they are. I don't know. There is an email, and but you can go and see about this. www.cdpac.net. And if there was a location, I could tell you where, but I can't. And there's a lot of other things happening this weekend that we just have run out of time to tell you about.
We have.
So folks, we hope you have a great weekend. The weather's been gorgeous this week.
Yes.
We hope it continues to be gorgeous
Yes,
today,
especially
and
through
Friday.
tomorrow.
Yes, we want it to be gorgeous,
Yes.
so we can be outside for evening shade. And Renee and I'll be back and see you next Thursday. So
Yes.
have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.
Go save an animal.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.